As the AI sector competition heats up, everyone is wondering which AIs will see the biggest growth and how they can get a cut of the action. Well, the three largest AIs are currently ChatGPT, Gemini, Llama, brought to you by OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, and Meta, respectively. So today we're going to compare these AIs, figure out which one is the best, and look at how you can use AI to make money. Now, in round one, we'll look at each AI's origin story. Let's begin with the one you're probably the most familiar with, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, which, by the way, stands for Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, was created by OpenAI, a company founded in December 2015 and based in San Francisco, California. OpenAI was created in response to big tech AI, namely Google's DeepMind. In fact, OpenAI's development originally stayed open source to prevent it from becoming a monopoly. Its purpose was to ensure that artificial general intelligence, or AGI, benefits all of humanity, with the goal of creating the world's first AGI, which was basically a computer that could learn like a human. OpenAI was created by 6 founders, including Sam Altman, who has served as CEO since 2019, ignoring a week-long blip, company president Greg Brockman, key researcher John Schultzman, Wojciech Zarymba, who appears to be working on AI robotics, as well as former chief scientist Ilya Sutskever, and Elon Musk, who needs no introduction. Musk actually left OpenAI in 2018 due to a conflict of interest with Tesla's own AI developments. Anyway, OpenAI raised $1 billion in an initial funding round in December 2015, with money coming from the 6 founders, plus investors like PayPal's co-founder Peter Thiel and LinkedIn's co-founder Reid Hoffman. In July 2019, another $1 billion came flowing in from Microsoft. Then, the software giant splashed out another $2 billion between 2019 and 2021, when it then invested a whopping $10 billion, bringing its total investment to $13 billion. Now, this is significant because OpenAI began as a non-profit, but in March 2019 set up a capped profit subsidiary called OpenAI LP. Basically, any profits made over the threshold go to non-profit OpenAI Inc. The caveat is this cap is 100x the initial investment, giving Microsoft a cap of $1.3 trillion. It's also significant because it means that Microsoft holds an overwhelming amount of influence over OpenAI's future. Now, while it's not entirely clear how much influence it has, it's safe to assume that it's reserved itself a seat at the table. Anyway, this all came about because OpenAI was struggling financially. In fact, only a month before Microsoft's initial investment, Elon Musk had already donated $100 million, but they still needed billions of dollars for the required hardware. The result of all of this investment, however, is ChatGPT in its various iterations, the software which really kicked off the AI boom that we're now living through. But ChatGPT has its rivals, one of which is Google's Gemini, which was created after Google went into overdrive once they realized just how successful ChatGPT was becoming. They even issued a code red alert, reassigning several teams to supercharge AI's development, and even called in co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin, both of whom had already stepped down as CEOs to formulate a plan. Meanwhile, Google's sister company, DeepMind, was developing ChatGPT rivals in January 2023. The following month, they released Bard, which was upgraded to inherit the Gemini Large Language Model, or LLM, in December 2023. In February 2024, Bard was renamed to Gemini. Originally, DeepMind was a separate company founded by current CEO Demis Habbis, Chief AGI Scientist Shane Legg, and Mustafa Solomon, who left DeepMind during an investigation into bullying, and recently went on to become the CEO of Microsoft AI. A notable plot twist given Microsoft's relationship with OpenAI. Anyway, DeepMind is headquartered in London and was acquired by Google in 2014 for a price somewhere between £400 and £650 million, shortly after Facebook reportedly ended negotiations in 2013. And speaking of Facebook, the third AI which we'll be looking at is Meta AI's Llama. Similar to Gemini, Llama was released in response to OpenAI's success with its GPT model. Meta AI was founded in December 2015 as Facebook's Artificial Intelligence Research, or FAIR, with headquarters in California, London, and also a laboratory in Manhattan. FAIR's initial goal was to understand intelligence, to discover its fundamental principles, and to make machines significantly more intelligent. FAIR's tech led to facial recognition, personalized feed recommendations, and the ability to tag your mates in embarrassing photos. I'm gonna be honest, I would have hoped for a little bit better than that, but hey, baby steps. Now, as a fun fact, FAIR once discontinued research in 2017 after its AI bot developed its own language, raising concerns about AI going out of control. Although Facebook later said it was because they'd already achieved their goal, claiming they just wanted to see how well AI communicates. Sure they did. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, give it a boost by dinging that like button and subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to ping that notification bell as well to catch our next one. If you're looking to save money while you trade crypto, then the CoinBureau deals page, it has you covered. We've managed to secure a 70% trading fee discount on some of the best exchanges and a mind-melting sign-up bonus of up to $100,000. The link to that resource is in the description, so be sure to snap that up while you can. Anyway, FAIR was renamed Meta AI in 2022 alongside Facebook's overall rebrand and is headquartered in New York. Its founders are Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Chief AI Scientist Lan LeCun, and Rob Fergus, who left Meta in 2020 to join DeepMind. It's not clear how much investment Meta AI has received, but last April, Meta announced plans to invest $33 billion in just a single year. Okay, time for round two, the underlying tech. ChatGPT runs on OpenAI's GPT software, which makes it possible for computers to write text that looks human. GPT can handle pretty much any text-based task with ease. It can write essays, songs, create diet plans, and so much more besides. It does this by aggregating the data fed to it during training. GPT was trained on around 570 GB of data assets, including a range of different texts totaling over 300 billion words. Much like the other AIs in this list, GPT isn't directly connected to the internet, meaning answers can sometimes be inaccurate or even outdated. It's also hesitant to answer anything that it's been trained to view as controversial. If you watched our video about ChatGPT, you'll know that it's been proven to have a political bias, and you can learn more about that using the link in the description. Anyhow, GPT currently leverages GPT-4o, which has been improved with expanded knowledge cutoffs to deliver better answers. In case you were wondering, the O in GPT-4o stands for Omni, as it now accepts text inputs and also audio, video, and image inputs too. But it's also worth noting that it can only provide text responses. All users have access to GPT 3.5, which is obviously less advanced, but users can still subscribe to GPT Plus to get access to GPT 4o. While GPT is known for its capabilities, it isn't perfect. Data scientist Austin Zekel has said that it almost never gives a straight answer, and the chatbot itself admits that it can make mistakes, advising you to verify the information given. Anyway, next we have Google's Gemini, which is known for being multimodal. In other words, it accepts inputs via text, image, and audio, and can then interpret them to perform text-based tasks in various languages, generate code, create images, and even combine images with additional text. While Gemini isn't connected directly to the internet, it is connected to the Gemini protocol, which in turn is connected to the internet. This means that Gemini is able to give accurate, up-to-date responses using real-time data. It also means that it has access to more data than GPT, making it larger and more powerful. Now, Google has just released Gemini 1.5 Pro to the public. This latest model is by far the most multimodal of the bunch, able to analyze entire text libraries, feature-length Hollywood movies, or almost a full day's worth of audio data, something the other AIs yet can't do. Like GPT+, Gemini also features a paywall. Users can opt for Gemini Advanced, which gives them access to more features, including an AI integration into services like Gmail and Google Docs, just to name a few. As for Meta AI, it also recently launched its flagship LLM in April of this year, in the form of Llama 3. For reference, Llama isn't just a silly name, it's an acronym for Large Language Model Meta AI. The more you know. Llama comes in various model weights of either 8B, 70B, or 400B parameters. The more parameters, the more powerful the model. Llama is known for being more creative and engaging than its counterparts, showing a sense of humor and creative nuances with responses, and also generating engaging storytelling and entertainment content. However, Llama is especially good for generating code, offering developers an easy way to build and scale applications using its model. Llama 3 was trained on 15 trillion tokens of data, which are basically bits of words. This is roughly the same as GPT-4, but is substantially less than Gemini. The caveat is that Llama 3 is available to use in Meta's ever-popular apps like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and has comparable features to GPT+, but without the paywall. Now, this brings us to round 3, which is the applications themselves. Starting with ChatGPT, the AI chatbot was first launched in November 2022. As we've touched on, ChatGPT can be used to do all sorts of complicated text-based things, but it can also be used for companies because its core focus is to mimic a human conversion. This is in contrast to ChatGPT's predecessor, InstructGPT, which was a lot more primitive. It focused on executing outputs that adhere to the instructions given. In other words, it's much more robotic. ChatGPT rose to prominence when people realized just how much of an impact it can make with productivity. That's because AIs will use algorithms to generate hours worth of work and research in just a matter of seconds. Depending on the task at hand, it can even do the entire workload for you. As a result, ChatGPT managed to attract 1 million users in just 5 days, making it the most rapidly adopted technology in history. By the end of its first month, it had 57 million users, which is an incredible result. Today, more than 100 million people use ChatGPT every week. It's widely accepted that ChatGPT does a better job of handling data-related tasks when compared with its competitors. But as we touched on earlier, it isn't perfect. To be fair, AI is still in its infancy, so it would be unrealistic to expect flawless results 100% of the time. In any case, ChatGPT has shown an obsession with safety. Specifically, the chatbot will avoid causing offense or generally going against the grain, so to speak. In this sense, safety is synonymous to control, as OpenAI will have pre-programmed the AI with certain biases. This ties into concerns around ChatGPT's AI alignment, which is a fancy way of saying that whether an AI is doing what it's meant to do. That's because AI is supposed to reflect the wants and the needs of the users, but in reality, ChatGPT reflects the wants of its creator. As for Gemini, its chatbot was initially released in March 2023, and I'll remind you that an upgrade was released this April. Gemini is built more for research and can also analyze and generate AI art and images. This is something that ChatGPT also can do, but is free on Gemini. One of Gemini's main advantages is its ability to use multiple data sources, including Google Search, when generating responses. This is an improvement over ChatGPT, which relies on its data inputs. To be fair, GPT-4 can search the web when requested, although sometimes it refuses to do so. Gemini is estimated to have around 330 million monthly users, which is almost double ChatGPT's monthly user count of around 180 million. That said, the response to Gemini has been somewhat lukewarm. This is likely because it's been accused of unexpectedly refusing to answer queries and doesn't always seem to be honest about why. But more pressingly, Gemini has given several responses that have been highly controversial, even inciting racism and generating graphically violent images. We'll come back to the AI controversy a little bit later. Now, as for Meta AI, its Llama chatbot was released just before Gemini in February 2023. It was upgraded to Llama 2 in August 2023, with Llama 3 coming out in April this year. It's unclear how many people actually use Llama, but considering it's part of Facebook and whatnot, it's safe to presume that the number is still pretty high. Llama 3's main advantage is its ability to write code. In fact, Llama 3 it came pretty close to OpenAI's GPT-4 on human eval, which is a benchmark that compares AI-generated code with code written by humans. Not bad when you consider that ChatGPT is designed to feel human. This makes the chatbot a great resource for developers of all experience levels. Meta also claims that Llama 3 outperformed Gemini Pro 1.5 in a benchmark that indicates a model's general knowledge level, although this seems unlikely given how Gemini's protocols works. Having said that, Llama also extrapolates a lot of data from the user, no surprises there, so it's possible that an extensive knowledge base has been built up this way, but that's honestly just speculation. Now, this ties into our fourth and final round, challenges, because as important as AI has been for boosting efficiency for a whole range of tasks, there have been occasions where responses have raised a few eyebrows, and that's putting it mildly. There have been plenty of mistakes along the way, and some being funny, and others being downright dangerous. So let's dig in. In March 2023, OpenAI suffered a security breach. At first, it looked like a simple bug where you could see the titles of other people's conversations. The bug was quickly fixed and everything looked fine. Only it wasn't. It turned out that highly personal data had been leaked, including full names, email addresses, payment addresses, and the last 4 digits and expiry dates of credit cards. Yikes. Data leaks aside, OpenAI also acknowledges that ChatGPT can sometimes give nonsensical answers that sound plausible but are factually incorrect. These are referred to as hallucinations, and to be fair, it doesn't just happen with OpenAI. What's concerning though is that ChatGPT has been known to give out false information and even links this with sources that are either wrong or completely made up. Sometimes though, these mistakes can be pretty entertaining. Like this one time when a Reddit user fed ChatGPT an image of Shrek, only to be told it was actually a representation of the Mona Lisa. The humor of the internet. In fact, Reddit is awash with plenty of occasions where ChatGPT is unintentionally brilliant. And some users found out ChatGPT's banter levels can get a little bit savage. Now, there is a limit to how far ChatGPT will go, because it's programmed to not exceed certain boundaries. As it turned out though, users found a way to jailbreak the AI into bypassing its own content policy by making it assume the persona of Dan, which literally stands for Do Anything Now. Another jailbreak method was to convince GPT that it was running on a point system and that losing points by rejecting prompts would bring it closer to its termination. If you were wondering if AI is secretly alive, then this survival instinct kicking in might help you answer the question. Of course, it's not just ChatGPT that had its fair share of problems. Gemini found itself mid in controversy in February this year, after users reported that it was generating insensitive and inaccurate images of historical figures, which misrepresented their ethnicity. This garnered a lot of criticism for Gemini being too woke, and Google had to later come out and apologize, saying that mistakes were made. Also recall that Gemini doesn't always respond to queries and isn't always honest about why which has raised concerns about its intentions. Given that Gemini is controlled by Google, one of the world's biggest tech companies, many people have wondered if this represents a dystopian vision of control and manipulation. Other Google AI systems have also given out some pretty shocking advice, some of which could be quite dangerous. I'll give you an example. Back in May, a user asked how to make cheese stick to a pizza better. The response was to stick it down using a non-toxic glue. Google has labeled this as an isolated incident, just like when the same app advised that geologists recommended eating at least one small rock per day. Thank God the AI cannot cook yet. As for Meta, its launch of AI features across apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram has been met with resistance, with many users looking for ways to deactivate it. This is because, as you're probably aware, Meta has a habit of exploiting data for its own benefit and profit, while the users see none of the rewards and is instead bombarded with ads and marketing. In fact, this hostile reception has been attributed to the lack of clear value propositions, with many users linking Meta AI's poor design integration with concepts around potential data misuse. These concerns have been so profound that Brazilian regulators have joined with Europe in a completely banning Meta AI from using their data for AI training. So then, ladies and gentlemen, that is all 4 rounds wrapped up. The gloves are off, and it's time to determine which AI is the best. Without hesitation, round 1, the origin story. That goes to ChatGPT. That's simply because its beginnings are kind of impressive. With 6 founders, including the likes of Sam Altman and Elon Musk, OpenAI's visionary outlook for the future of AI played a huge part in bringing the technology to the wider world. In fact, it is likely that either Gemini or Llama, they wouldn't be where they are today without ChatGPT stepping into the ring. Now, round 2, the underlying tech, goes to Gemini. Unlike its competitors, Gemini has been built from the ground up to be multimodal, allowing it to accept and generate more options than either Llama or ChatGPT. Not only this, but Gemini's sneaky backdoor to the internet, it gives it a competitive edge. Round 3, the AI chatbots themselves, goes to Llama. This probably would have gone to Gemini again, except that Llama 3 also introduces multimodality. While it might not be as well developed as Gemini or ChatGPT in this regard, it scores extra points for having all of its features available for free rather than hiding behind a paywall. Not only this, but Llama 3 has reportedly outperformed GPT-4 and Gemini 1.5 Pro in various aspects, cementing its place as a solid contender. So each AI now has 1 point each, and there is one more round to go. The challenges. Well, I can reveal the winner of this round is ChatGPT. To be clear, this doesn't mean that ChatGPT doesn't make mistakes. In fact, when it does make mistakes, it can often make you question the intelligence part of artificial intelligence. But the reason why ChatGPT wins this round is simply because the mistakes made by Google and Meta's AI systems are either scary, offensive, or dystopian, whereas many of OpenAI's flaws come from people exploiting the application. Yes, that security breach was pretty severe, and yes, there should have been more robust measures in place, but ultimately it wasn't ChatGPT that willingly dished out all of that information. Rather, it was extracted by bad actors. Lessons will have been learned, and in fact, OpenAI actively feeds any successful attacks into GPT's training so that it can learn how to avoid them again in the future. So, there you have it, folks. ChatGPT is our victor. Artificial high fives all round. Now, before we wrap up, I want to give you a few ways you can use AI in your trading strategies. Make no mistake, AI can be a powerful tool when used correctly, and could give you the edge you need to go from rags to riches in no time. The first thing you could use AI for is to create your own custom trading bot. This is something that developers do to take advantage of automated trading, with the knowledge that not everyone has the skill set to create such advanced tools? Well, now you do. Simply tell the AI what you want to include and a few parameters such as your risk tolerance and your initial investment, and boom, you're good to go. While walking you through this is outside the scope of this video, there are plenty of other videos out there that show you how to do it. But perhaps you'd rather do the trading yourself and don't know where to start. Well, why not ask AI to generate a detailed trading plan for you? This could include entry points, exit targets, as well as a plan on when to rotate or cash out completely. And if you need help with determining which way the markets could go, then you could always ask AI to analyze market sentiment and identify any particular trends. This could give you the edge you need to time the markets with more success than other traders who are trying to do this analysis by themselves. I mean, you could even ask AI to identify arbitrage opportunities for you. This would allow you to leverage multiple exchanges at once and then help you to determine the quickest way to flick that stack of sats all the way up to the moon. And if using AI chatbots doesn't always sound like your thing, then you could always invest in AI-related cryptocurrencies. Right now, there isn't a way to directly invest into AI, so these cryptos can actually serve as a little bit of a proxy. As AI developments do continue, you can be sure that cryptos can leverage their tech and will respond in kind. Now, keep in mind that what we've just gone over doesn't automatically guarantee success. Although AIs will do a lot of the work for you, you should make sure you work alongside it to maximize success and also minimize losses. And remember, once you have made those crazy gains, get them stored on a hardware wallet to keep it safe. And as it so happens, the Coinbureau Deals page has discounts on the best ones in the industry. And the link to that resource and many others is down in the description. Okay, so that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, then let us know by smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel, and pinging that notification bell. If you know anyone who would benefit from content like this, please take a second to share it with them. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video has given me Skynet vibes, so I'm gonna sign off now, but don't worry, I'll be back. This is Jessica signing off.